A little alien girl saw me and shouted, "Mom, look! My dad is here." The space station orbiting Eltra 9 was quiet in the early hours. Just a faint hum of energy lines and the occasional hiss of recycled air. I was on my 3rd shift of the cycle, working a maintenance job I didn't want but needed. After Earth collapsed under its own greed, survival meant drifting from job to job, station to station. I was nobody, just another human in a galaxy that didn't care for us much anymore. So when the little voice rang through the corridor and froze me in place, I thought I'd imagined it. "Mom, look, my dad is here." I turned. At the end of the hallway stood a small girl, green skin, black eyes like polished stones, antennae twitching excitedly. An Eltran hybrid, clearly, maybe 5 or 6 years old in Earth terms. She was pointing directly at me. I glanced behind to check if someone else was there. No one. A taller figure emerged from behind the child, a woman, alien, elegant. Slender limbs, silver blue skin, long jet black hair flowing like liquid night. She placed a hand on the girl's shoulder, her face blank. But her eyes burned into mine. Recognition, pain, and something else. She knew me. "Excuse me," I said awkwardly. "I think there's been a mistake." The little girl ran up and grabbed my hand before I could step back. "Daddy, I knew you'd come back. I told Mama." I looked down at her. Her fingers were tiny but strong. She was real, not a dream. I'm not." "She's confused," the woman interrupted, walking closer. Her voice was smooth, melodic, and when she spoke, I felt a strange pressure behind my eyes, like memories trying to resurface. I took a step back. "Do I know you?" "Yes," she said simply. Her name was Lyra. We sat in the station's observation deck, watching distant nebulae swirl like cosmic paint. The child, Allery, had fallen asleep with her head on my leg. Lyra explained everything. 7 years ago, I had been stranded on an outer rim colony, one of the few habitable planets left after the collapse. Injured, amnesiac, the result of a mining explosion. They said. She'd found me half dead, nursed me back to health. I had no memory of who I was, where I came from, or even that I was from Earth. But I stayed, worked, helped, loved. She was born under twin moons, Lyra said softly, brushing Allery's hair from her face. "You named her." I looked at the girl. Flashes hit me. A small hand grabbing mine. A soft laugh. Warmth in a cold world. Why don't I remember any of this? I asked. "They came," she whispered. "The Ascari. Slavers. You tried to protect us. They took you. I thought you were dead." My mind reeled. I remembered nothing. Not the colony. Not Lyra. Not Allery. "Why didn't you come looking for me?" "I did. But by the time I tracked you to this quadrant, you were registered as a drifter, with no identity. A human ghost." I stared at the stars. "I'm not who you think I am," I said. "You are who she thinks you are," she replied. Over the next few days, I couldn't stay away. Allery followed me everywhere, babbling excitedly, showing me her sketches, telling me how she could float a little with her mind, thanks to her Eltran gifts. She asked questions nonstop. "Do you like pancakes?" "Mom says you made the best pancakes." "What's your favorite moon?" "Can I call you Daddy or Dad?" I didn't know how to answer any of them, but I didn't stop her. Something in me wanted to believe it was true, and maybe it was. Then the Ascari came back. Their sleek, predator-shaped ship docked without permission. Station alarms blared. People ran. The station's guards were laughable compared to the weapons the slavers carried. They were looking for someone. Not me. Not Lyra. Allery. She has royal Eltrin blood. Lyra hissed, dragging me down a maintenance shaft with her. Half human. She's rare. Valuable. I couldn't breathe. They want to take her? They will take her. Unless we fight. I wasn't a fighter. I was a janitor. A fixer. A man without a past. But when I saw the way Allery clung to her mother, trembling, her tiny fingers wrapped around a toy I didn't remember giving her, I knew I wouldn't let them take her. The plan was insane. We rerouted power from the station's core, disabled their internal sensors, and used the cargo lift to ambush them from behind. I handled the explosives. Turns out, even without my memories, my hands still remember how to set a charge. It wasn't perfect. We lost power mid-escape. A fire started in the ventilation. But somehow, by the end of it, their ship was crippled. The Ascari were dead. And we were alive. Allery hugged me so hard, I thought my ribs would crack. You saved us, she whispered. I looked at Lyra. She didn't smile. But her eyes said everything. We left the station 2 nights later in a borrowed shuttle. Destination unknown. Just away. As I strapped Allery in, she handed me a drawing. It was me, her, and Lyra under twin moons. A memory I didn't have. Yet, somehow, I wanted to make it real. You don't have to stay, Lyra said quietly as I climbed into the pilot seat. You didn't ask for this. No, I said, but maybe it's what I was meant to find. She raised a brow. Even without your past? I looked at the girl behind me. Her eyes sparkled with hope. Her small hand clutched mine like it belonged there. I don't need my past, I said. I have a future now. And as the stars streaked past us, I felt something settle in my chest. Peace. Maybe I wasn't the man she remembered, but I was here now, and maybe that was enough.